Hello and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic. In this episode, some more
Oh,
companions.
hey. Uh, can I ask you something?
Something wrong?
Your face. You, well, you have this glow. I mean, not a real glow, but it's like you're calm. At peace, but it's more than that. You haven't been chewing on spice, have you?
You know, when one is in touch with the Force, others can feel it.
Oh, well, it shows. It's like you're hooked up to a power coupling. It's weird. I mean, not bad weird, just weird. For a minute there, I thought you and Aden... But it's just the Force.
Me and Adam, what?
You know, hooked up a power coupling. You know?
What? What are you talking about?
Did you get out much as a Jedi? I was asking if you two had been, you know, intimate.
We don't have it. We have bigger things to worry about than power coupling.
Got it. Just checking.
I guess so. You can get grenades from Mira.
Grenade.
When you're fighting for your life, use what they have.
Well, I don't like to use them unless they're C5 concussion spheres or the Merson cryoban pellets. Sonic screamers aren't too bad either, just don't use them on a Bith.
Why not?
It makes their head explode like a melon. And don't do it to a Celestine either. Makes their ears bleed and they gibber twice as fast.
Keep that in mind. Can I get some for you?
Alright. Keep your robes on. Here you go.
There's some questions I want to ask.
Go ahead and ask.
You seem restless.
It's all this traveling, being trapped in the ship. Everything's just too quiet.
You just got here. Too quiet.
I'd rather be doing something, somewhere with people, activity, some life.
Like Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been off planet. Guess I got used to it.
How so?
Well, Nar Shaddaa may be one of the biggest cesspits in the galaxy, but it's got a life to it. Activity. Aliens, people, refugees. It's like noise, but relaxing. Like the hum of a hyperdrive.
Kriya showed me how to listen to Nar Shaddaa once, how all life there is connected, is bound to each other.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'll believe it when I see it.
Maybe one day I'll be able to show it to you.
No thanks. You can keep your Jedi training to yourself. I already know Nar Shaddaa better than you ever will.
Another question for you.
Go ahead and ask.
You were raised on Nar Shaddaa?
Look, before we get into a game of Guess the Pazak card, pull back on the throttle. I don't know you that well to start sharing our life stories. Talk.
Do you understand, man?
Sure, very easy. That's why I dress like this. When they're looking down to check you out, you can usually smash them on the base of the skull or deliver an uppercut that knocks them flat.
Make it sound easy.
It's simple. When you want a man, you jab him with a Bothan stunner, then while he's screaming in pain, slap some stun cuffs on him. Then starve him for 2 or 3 days until he becomes open to suggestion, then double check his bounty and see if he's worth anything.
That sounds more like hunting.
Call it what you want. Me? I love my targets.
I love Mira.
Go ahead and ask.
Tell me a little about Hanar.
Hanhar's only a bounty hunter because that's the closest word for what he does. He's not out for credits. It's more vicious than that, and it runs a lot deeper. It's like he's out to make the whole galaxy suffer. Every living thing in it. He wants to break them, ruin them, and when they can't suffer anymore, he wants them dead.
What happened between you and Hanar?
I didn't kill him once. Biggest mistake ever.
What do you mean?
That's a long story. I don't want to get into it. Maybe some other time.
That's one of the questions.
Go ahead.
Why don't you kill your targets?
I've killed people before, but not if I don't have to.
But you don't seem to hold back when you're with me.
I know. It's different. I don't know why.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I haven't killed anyone for a long time. But when I'm around you, suddenly it's like I've always been doing it. It's like a reflex. I don't like it. And I don't know when or why it became so easy.
Question
Go ahead.
for you.
Talk.
So I'm getting enough of it.
Why, you trying to be my mother? No thanks. Already had one. Somewhere.
Just like, might need a friend.
No thanks. I didn't need friends on Nar Shaddaa, and I don't need them now. Go ahead.
Nothing wrong. Oh, Doctor a little bit more and get some more influence. Go to!
Yes. Is there something you have come to offer me?
I want to talk to you about your operation on Nar Shaddaa. Hey, you make security challenge.
No, you have enough. And as I tell all my employees, make do with less. I am willing to indulge some of your questions.
You wanted me to save the Republic. How is that possible?
There are several factors, all of which affect each other. There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration efforts on Telos, the political resolution on Onderon, and the unification of a religious power base in the galaxy, either Jedi or Sith.
Anything you can do to help those people, those systems and their people, either with information or resources?
The destruction of my yacht and of all my activities on Nar Shaddaa carry a cost that would take you several lifetimes to pay back. But perhaps the offer of credits will spur you to act quicker, more decisively. I am not unsympathetic to such greed. For every system you stabilize, I will reward you for your efforts.
Jedi's life is sacrificed, not gain.
Compassion and mercy only erode respect and power.
Tell me what needs to be done to help these systems.
There is the stabilization of Dantooine, the preservation of the restoration.
Yeah, I already got one. Tell me about Dantooine.
Dantooine is a vital resupply point for the Republic. If its stability is compromised, then the Republic will lose control over many outlying worlds, and they will become a haven for raiders and smugglers. The economic loss from such outer worlds is greater than the Republic is aware of. If the matter is not corrected, then it shall fall.
Situation on Onderon.
Onderon is an outer rim world, rich in ecological resources. Its aggressive ecology is capable of bringing devastated worlds back to life. It is currently experiencing a political schism split between two forces. One must triumph for the planet to be stabilized.
Restoration efforts on Telos.
Telos is instrumental to the stability of the Republic. Its success or failure will dictate the economic forecasts of many other worlds. Of course, since the destruction of the Peragus facility, the odds of the Telos restoration project being successfully completed is close to zero.
Yeah. It wasn't my fault.
Of course it was. If you had not gone there, the facility would not have been destroyed. If you had simply surrendered to the Sith, then all of that violence would have been unnecessary.
It wasn't an option either.
I hope you do not decide that the next thing that must be destroyed to stop the Sith is the galaxy itself. Perhaps one must ask themselves at what point defending your religious ideals is advantageous to the Republic as a whole. As long as your defense does not exterminate more than 50% of those you intend to help, is that acceptable?
I'm tired of being blamed for Peragus.
Then stop causing events of planetary destruction. You are a walking catastrophe, and you are not making saving the Republic any easier.
Any other questions?
You may speak.
Where is your base of operations?
Now, that would be telling. For now, my presence must remain a secret, and it may remain that way forever.
Other questions?
I am willing to indulge some of your questions.
What capabilities does your droid possess?
It has been assigned to guard and protect you. As such, it is well suited for a variety of tasks. It is skilled in intimidation, interrogation, and can provide a series of select skills that will make it an effective killing machine. For the most part, it will follow your orders, unless they conflict with mine.
And if they do?
Then its proton core will detonate, turning this ship into space dust. There is no negotiation in this. I will not allow you to interfere with my operations and plans.
What skills does it have?
This unit comes with a droid scrambler that you may use against mechanized opponents to randomize their defensive and offensive protocols. Use it, and it will cause droids to wage a civil war in their programming, and they will turn on their allies. Its power source is not limitless, but it is enough. In addition, this unit comes equipped with a portable cloaking generator. It will allow it to enter places undetected in reconnaissance mode.
But everything with us, I mean, floating with us.
How droll. What an amusing Jedi specimen you are. You may speak.
Do you know anything about the escape droid sent after me?
The assassin droids. I have encountered some, purchased the service of others.
Why are they hunting me?
Why, I asked them to. To be honest, I believe that was always their intention, but it seems their directive was dormant for some time.
Do you know where they are coming from?
If you mean produced, no, I do not. I do know that there are a surprising number scattered throughout the Republic fleet searching for you. What they will do now that you are found is easy to predict.
They're gonna come after me.
Of course they are. They're droids with very specific protocols that, unless changed, will dictate their movements. Unless you shut them down at the source, they will be stalking you until you are captured or terminated. Why don't you ask their predecessor? That archaic, memory-impaired assassination droid will know more about his subsequent generations than I would.
What are they doing in the Republic fleet?
They are masquerading as protocol droids. I have discovered that when they are used in negotiations, they have a predictable pattern of sabotaging whatever peace treaties they are involved with.
Why doesn't the Republic know?
Because the Republic has no reason to investigate otherwise, and any discovery of their true purpose has been concealed by well-timed accidents.
Why haven't you acted on this information?
Because their behavior is predictable, of course. By monitoring their presence, I know which worlds will suffer civil wars, planetary conflicts, and Republic bombardment.
They're gonna keep coming after me?
Of course they are. They're droids. Unless you shut... Why don't you... I am willing...
You mentioned Revan, but Revan sought to destroy the Republic.
A common misconception not supported by facts. Revan did not intend to destroy the Republic. He deliberately left the infrastructure of many planets intact, and many military production facilities.
Why? Revan had limitless forces.
I believe that by whatever means he used to build his armada, he recognized that it was somehow a limited source, or that he was only willing to use it to a point. My prediction is that whatever production facility was being employed, it carried a price that Revan perceived as detrimental to the goals of the Sith. And that is why Revan left many military production facilities in the Republic intact.
Why? Revan wouldn't need to conquer anything else once the Republic was beaten.
That is what occupies my calculations as well. I believe that Revan saw a war on another front that we did not, or saw the value in keeping a strong military force.
Do you know where Revan got his forces?
That is also a mystery to me. I do not have any evidence upon which to build an answer. It is significant that after the defeat of Malak, the forces decreased considerably, and after Revan's departure from known space, production ceased completely. It is my prediction that whatever was producing such forces needed a strong, effective leader to ensure its stability. Without Revan or Malak, there was no such figure left among the Sith.
Oh, well, Malak.
Unlike Revan, Malak demonstrated no concern for the future of the Republic in his attacks. His stratagems were painfully obvious, intending to crush all resistance everywhere. There was little thought beyond the complete destruction of anything that opposed him. He left quite a mess. I'm still trying to assess all the damage. Between the two, I would have preferred Revan rule the galaxy. He had foresight in his conquest, a subtlety that Malak did not possess. You may...
I think never mind. Gain and losses. This is.
My life for yours.
How did you find me?
I felt you.
I think
Heard
we
you
asked this
through the
before.
Force. It was like a sound at the edge of hearing. And when I heard it, I found I could not ignore it.
Who sent you?
I serve my master. I am an emissary, a scout. My master was aware of a disturbance in the Force, but was unaware of its nature, of you. The disturbance is not something one feels from a living thing. There is little my master does not know. And that you eluded his sight for so long is significant. But I do not know why.
I need to know where I can find your master.
You cannot. His vessel roams the borders of known space, and even I do not know where he travels. Until he calls for me. Even if I could lead you to my master, I cannot permit you to find him until you are ready.
Ready?
If I bring you before my master, untested, without your potential realized, then you will be lost to me, and I cannot allow that to happen. It would be as if one brought fire to a paradise valley, shattered a cavern of rare crystal, or blinded a painter.
My life is important. Your master threatens more than just me.
I cannot, I will not. I would die first, and gladly, to preserve you, untouched, unharmed. Now that I have found you, I cannot sacrifice what I have found.
If his man was fallen Jedi, then he must be stopped.
You will meet my master. It is inevitable. I have seen it. And when you stand before him and realize what you face, you must be prepared. Until then, I must protect you, help you, until you are ready.
Why are you doing this for me?
There's a greatness in you. A greatness that does not stem from the Force. It stems from who you are. And if my master does not understand you, cannot see you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. But if you seek to survive, then you must understand why this is so.
Your master has trouble detecting me. How are you able to do it?
There is much I see my master cannot. I fear it is because of my nature, the nature of my race. My people spend their lives seeing the galaxy, the energy streaming off stars, the growth of life, all things touched by the Force.
Where are you people? The world now.
It is not a subject which I have spoken of since its destruction.
Why did your master destroy Qatar?
The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity to see what was striking them from the darkness of the galaxy. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And Qatar, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface, could no longer be ignored. And my people died, and the Jedi died, and there was no one left, only me.
Acted because the Jedi had gone there?
He cannot deny his hunger for long, and any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing, I do not know what will happen. Perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence. I will...
Tell me about your homeworld.
It is not a subject which I...
Oh, right. Similar acts of destruction at Malachor?
I've heard tales of Malachor. It is said that many of my people felt the end of the Mandalorian Wars from across the galaxy. But do not mistake me. I did not mean to draw comparisons between Qatar and Malachor. My homeworld still exists. It is intact.
How do you survive?
I am not certain I did. I was there when the planet died. To see everything around you extinguished. It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the Force had been bled from the world.
As if everything inside went silent?
I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. But if there are, I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet of Qatar. And my life, my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed. The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it. I will end.
Was your master the one sent to Paragus?
I am not familiar with the place you speak of. My master has not entered Republic space for some time, but there are others who may move more freely, who may have been responsible for such an act of destruction.
What do you mean?
There are many factions within the Sith, all seeking to take what little remains in the wake of the Jedi Civil War. Where one moves, it is not always known to the others. But their purpose is the same. The death of all Jedi, everywhere. They believe you are the last of the Jedi, and their hatred of the Jedi unites them. All their eyes are upon you, and it is a terrible, quiet darkness that pursues you.
There's some other questions for you.
I will
Are you able to see?
My people once had the power to perceive events, to see through the Force. That sight may manifest itself in many ways, and at times, I may affect the abilities of others to see as well.
So that sight is lost to you.
My sight has been damaged. What I have taught you, it is not the full extent of the perceptions of my people. My master, when he showed me my world, showed it to me as it is. It hurt. And since that moment, it has been difficult to perceive the Force as I once did. But after traveling with you, I feel that perhaps there was a gift in it, hidden beneath the pain.
When one endures it, it gives hope to others and themselves.
Only when one suffers do certain truths become evident, both of the galaxy and of the self. And I feel you are an example of this.
How do you see the Force?
If you wish to know, perhaps it is possible to show another what my people see, what I see. First, you must close your eyes. The surface of the ship, its sights, will only be a distraction. Now in your mind, reach out. Listen for my breathing. Do not focus on the sound, but the life behind it. Imagine its energy, its texture, in tandem with the breathing. And then in your mind, step back from the image and see what remains. There. It is not as difficult as I thought. You learn quickly.
Gain bonus Force points and Force sight as you perceive the alignment of others and see through some obstacles to the threats beyond.
It will take effort to maintain such sight, but you now have that power, and with it you can use it to see life around you in a different way, as I used to see it. I will
Going in. Well, I now have sight. Is that an actual ability I get, or... There we go. Just running around the ship for a bit. HK as a droid doesn't show anything. Aladdin is right side. And then where is T3? T3 is currently in the engine, as I left him. How are we able to find Godo's yacht? Read. Is that Vogel's jewelry house to steal the codes? So who's trying to codes to Gojo's yacht? Droids? Interesting. What questions? How's the Ibn Hawk? I'm pretty sure T3 and R2 were together for like 10 minutes. They will find a way to take over the world. Well, you know what? How about next episode we clean up some stuff in Nar Shaddaa and see if there's any more people we can talk to. I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye.